What's happening, y'all? It's your boy RePPiN. Welcome back to another video. I want to talk to you guys about purchasing games day one versus buying it later. Now, the reason I say this is because it's been on my mind for a minute, and not to mention, this could actually help some of y'all out there. So let me go ahead and just go over this. So basically, the reason I want to talk about this is because it's really hard to comprehend whether to buy a game day one or to get it later. Now, me personally, like from the bottom of my heart, unless you really just want that game, like there and then, you're a hardcore fan, you don't give a flying fuck, which I'm like that sometimes, but I kind of pulled away from that. If you just don't give a flying fuck, even if your game company has made some mistakes in the past year or two, and you're willing and you're a full-blown fan and you just have to get that game, then be my guest. But if you're a person who's new to the genre and you want to get into it but you're not for certain, I would say wait. Like for instance, Battlefield 1. I'm a huge Battlefield fan, right? Love Battlefield. Not gonna say they haven't had issues in the past, especially when it comes down to day one, because everybody expects this when it comes down to day one game. When a game comes out released day one, there's some issues. Either the server is too jam-packed and it's like the damn company didn't know that a lot of people are gonna play their games, then that's the reason like they do the day one patch. They know the game is broken, like there's still some unfinished shit. They just want to rush it out there, so they do a day one patch. It either fixes shit or it breaks the shit, and it's a complete catastrophe, and it either takes them a week or a month depending on how well they maintenance the servers to the game or how well they maintain maintenance for this or services for the game in general. But generally speaking, I know I'm talking more based off of multiplayer because that's what's mostly around. Now, if it's a single player game, let me put it like this. If you want, you can get a single player game on day one. Because I mean, honest truth, you don't really expect many bad things to happen on a single player game versus a game that's mostly based for multiplayer in the first place. But then again, most games come with story mode and what? Multiplayer. But regardless to say, you expect games to be a solid, well done product on day one. Now, if they were, now let me put it like this. Y'all can throw y'all's 2 cents too in the comment section below. I want y'all's feedback. I want to start a conversation here. Maybe I can make a part 2 and I can answer your question, or I can bring it up in the next video. But regardless to say, I just want to know y'all's thoughts about like buying a game day one versus getting it later. Because me, there were some games I waited on last year, and I would prefer to actually get it later in the first place too. And here's why. Here's another reason why I would actually wait to get it later, in my opinion, right? Because, not to mention, because there might be bugs and stuff when the game first comes out. At least, you know, like I said, people expect that. Most of the time, when a game comes out, it doesn't come with all the content. And they're making you pay $60 for a game that should really be like $40. $50 maybe being nice, but $40. Now, unless they're one of those game companies that decide to give you the free stuff later, yeah, they make you pay $60, and the game actually fulfills itself by having plenty to do at launch, having survival mode, creating maps, all that type of stuff, and it comes with the game. And then they're gonna add free stuff as the year goes on. And if they decide to keep making it a yearly thing, until they decide to make another game that following year or 2 or 3 years later, then that's okay. But when you have a game that comes out and it's $60, and then you gotta pay another $50, $60 for the season pass, what does that tell you? That stuff